Hey, what's up, everyone? I just seen on the world news that they spoke about the Japan's space agency and how they successfully landed a pair of tiny robots that were aboard the released by the Space Hayabusa 2 space probe. It actually successfully touched down Saturday on asteroid Ryugu. That's the name of it, asteroid Ryugu. You can actually see the images here, according to earthsky.com. Now, I was watching the news this morning, and surprisingly, the news person, the female newscaster they had on there, stated, she said, "Yeah, they're very incredible images." She said, "Surprisingly, they're real." She said, those are the words that she stated. She said, "Surprisingly, they're real." She said, usually when you get something from space, it's always she said it's always an artist depiction or an animation. But moving on. So that's what she stated. Usually when we get a picture or an image from space, it's always either an artist depiction or an animation. She said, surprisingly, these are actually real. They said this one is blurred because the rover was spinning. So yeah. And most of the time, it doesn't come back in that much detail, with that much detail. And I have another thing I wanted to talk about. So, I made a video a couple of days before my birthday, on August 3rd. My birthday was August 3rd. Talking about how they need to release and show actual, real, true images from space and let people travel to space, showing to people that it's what they say legitimately looks like what they say. That what we're seeing is what you get. What you see is what we see. What we're shown is what is legitimately how it is. So now I know all of this is real, but the point is what they're showing us. Always stated, like the newswoman said this morning, like the female news anchor stated this morning, she stated that, yeah, I'm surprised. She said it's not an art depiction or some illustration or animation this time. It's actually real. Surprisingly enough, a few days later, on my birthday, they stated on Twitter, NASA and the head of the space agency stated that this is the first day of a new dawn of history, basically. He stated this is the first in a historical day in an era of space travel. They said we will be soon traveling to the moon and begin commercial travel to the moon to prove that space to prove that it's legitimately how you see it. So I found that to be amazing that after I made my video, it seems like after I bring something up or I talk about something, that it always winds up coming to light after I mention it. So that's the way it seems to me anyway, at least. So yeah, they announced again the other day they're sending the first, of course he's a billionaire, but this first Asian individual is going to go to the moon. And they said they're going to announce space travel, basically, and travel to outside of the Earth. Scientists said that they can't believe there's a debate in this generation, and the internet has brought the debate back around of the flat earthers, the flat Earth and round Earth, and all of this stuff. And I'm not downing either one or stating either one. I'm not going to get into that whole debate because it can go on forever and that's not what I'm doing. I'm not even stating what I feel either way. But I'm just stating that it's amazing how I made my video and now they are suddenly going to allow commercial travel to space, and it will be common in the 2020s, they state. In the mid-2020s, they state that commercial space travel will be common. like traveling in planes. Now, I'm sure you and I will not be able to afford to do this, but I do have a question why they did not let that man that was going to show the Earth from above, why they didn't let him do that. First they told him, no, you couldn't do it because this is government land. Then they told him you'll have to move. So he moved, and he did it again. He was going to attempt his own rocket, prove that the Earth was round or flat to everyone, so that we could end this debate that's continuing and continuing on. But so he was going to prove once and for all what we looked like from above. So they told him, no, you couldn't do that. So there's obviously something they're hiding, though, regardless of what's going on. There's something that's going on that they're hiding, obviously. But the point is that they kept him from doing it 3 times in a row. And then he finally got some land. He bought some more land out in the distance, in the middle of the desert, that no one supposedly owned. And they said, well, you'll have to delay again for at least 2 weeks, bad weather or something like that. So they told him to delay. Guess what? We never heard from that guy again. We never heard from that individual ever again who had built his own rocket and was going to prove to everyone what the Earth really looked like. So, what happened to this man? What happened to that guy? I mean, where did he go? Why have we not heard anything else about him? Tyler from Secure Team was talking about him, and many other people were talking about him. He was on the news. It was online. Now there's nothing about the guy. But anyway, like that woman stated, it's amazing. These images are actually real. They're not doctored. Well, they don't seem doctored or fake or animated or CGI or an artist depiction. And the newswoman actually said, I'm surprised it actually looks real. So, yeah. So, I mean, I've just had several questions. You don't see the satellites. You don't see those 40,000 satellites up there. You don't see all of that. Yeah, there's satellites, but it doesn't look like there's as many as what we're told. Otherwise, it would block out the light from the sky. The sun, the moon, the stars. It would block it all out. But anyway, also they stated that on my birthday, they stated that it's a dawning of space travel, and they said that they're proving for once and for all what the Earth truly looks like to end this debate. So, yeah. They said they were going to end the debate, and they were going to start commercial space travel. It's amazing how that started on my birthday, right after I brought that up. Also, another thing, the moon phases. The moon has gone back to normal after I made my video. But then after it went back to normal, it remained half. For, forever. For a long time. A couple of weeks. And then after remaining half, boom, suddenly overnight it was full. I've got to talk about that in another video next. So, look for that next. Peace and much love. Let me know what you think. Bye.